Lil Baby is cooked, it's over bro. When I first seen the initial reports today, I made my calls and what I was told was, expect for Lil Baby to be indicted on a RICO within 90 days. You're probably asking yourself, what exactly is Lil Baby out here doing that's going to get him indicted on a RICO charge within 90 days? Well, let's break down exactly what's going on. These are Lil Baby Ops arch nemesis of 4PF, the Goodfellas, and they are currently going through the process of being officially indicted for a RICO. The catalyst for the criminal complaint to get them off the streets, bring them in and officially work on a RICO was the deaths of these two young men, Jack Bod Davis and Lamont Freeman, two 13-year-olds that was tragically killed when Goodfellas attempted to spend the block on 4PF Lil Baby's group. A lot of this you already heard before, but we're just recapping so we can get to the bombshell that dropped today. Trust me, it's bombshells that dropped today. So Atlanta PD blamed Lil Baby for this. It said is Lil Baby cowardless actions that led to these two 13-year-old kids losing their lives. Mont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days we saw homicides and shootings and ultimately the deaths of two children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are, and I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions. The police is blaming Lil Baby for the death of the two 13-year-olds because Lil Baby filmed a music video in the ops hood where he shouldn't have been, and because he filmed a music video in their hood, the music video got shot upright, two people got hurt, and because of that Lil Baby and 4PF they spun a block and they shot and killed an affiliate of Goodfellas called Trevant Turner. And after they shot and killed Trevant Turner, Goodfellas spun back on 4PF, and when they shot up the neighborhood they shot and killed the two 13-year-olds. So they're directly blaming Lil Baby for this. Authorities say a high-ranking member of the Goodfellas gang who was incarcerated orchestrated the attack using a smuggled cell phone. Following those instructions, the suspects opened fire at an apartment complex where the three young teens were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Police say they weren't the targets. Here's where things start getting interesting for Lil Baby. So Goodfellas got called. They rounded up all the dusty ninjas who took the lives of these two precious little boys. These kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these two 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement. Those arrested were identified as Key Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, Dion Mobley, Marcus Crawford, Tryon Crawford, and Allie Caldwell. The final two were arrested Tuesday. Police had some tough talk for those responsible. Here's where things start getting really tricky for Lil Baby and really bad. It's the principle, the common math I always preach on this channel. If the police know what the ops did to you, then they know what you did to the ops, and it's very seldom you see the police indict your ops for RICO and don't indict you. It happens all the time. Alright, RPF no. Well, 104 PF, but YSL, YFN, but they know what YFN did to YSL, and they know what YSL did to YFN. That's usually how the police work. They put the pieces together. Hence, if your ops get a RICO, you probably getting a RICO. And in the case of Lil Baby, Goodfellas is going through the court process right now, but day 3 of officially doing something. I think they're going to do something today of the Goodfella gang where they are trying to see if they're going to move forward for the indictment, that move forward for it to go to the grand jury. Now listen, Lil Baby is beefing with Goodfella, but today in court there was wiretaps being played, and on one of the wiretaps somebody mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets, aka a bag of bounty on some people's heads. If they know what the ops did to you, they know what you did to the ops. That's the code of the streets, people, so don't ever celebrate your ops getting a recon, bro. That just means that you next. Now if we look at the receipts for Trevant Turner, the police report when he passed away, if you look at the literal police report, they listed 4PF as a criminal street gang which laid claims to the Oakland City neighborhood of Atlanta, and they talked about the shooting death of Trevant Turner, etc., etc. Now if you go all the way down, they talk about Lil Baby music video shoot getting shot up, and they listed 3 people were shot during the incident. And now again this is 4PF we're talking about here, right? They says, and the gang leader of 4PF, the gang leader of 4PF is Dominic Lil Baby Jones, and they say he was almost almost struck by gunfire. Now they're claiming after the incident that 4PF went on a murder spree and get back for anybody thinking they could touch Lil Baby. When you start seeing the police begin to identify isolated incidents, every time they see a isolated incident with somebody who, let's say, belongs to a fraternity or a gang, when you start to see them every time identify it as furtherance of a gang. Oh, they shot that person. Further of a gang. Oh, they shot furtherance of a gang. They could have very easily said Trevant Turner got killed by these two people, but the fact that they went out of their way to put 4PF there, went out of their way to identify Lil Baby as the gang leader, says something. Now I knew that 4PF was going to get a RICO for about 2 years now, and I knew this the second I seen what happened with 4PF Nate. Now if you guys don't know 4PF Nate, an associate of Lil Baby's, now he got sentenced to 40 years in jail for a murder, but I knew that something was up at trial of 4PF Nate. 4PF Nate on your left, Keontae Davis on your right. Them two are being accused of murdering a man who goes by the name of Jocko Vass Wilson. 4PF Nate was the shooter. Keontae Davis was present, so when Keontae Davis got caught, the police actually made Key Davis bite the cheese. All right, Key Davis is in paperwork identifying 4PF Nate as the shooter. Per the discovery provided by the state co-defendant, Keontae Davis appears to select and identify Mr. Nathan Benford during Davis' interview on the night of Davis' arrest. Now according to them, they used a picture from 4PF Nate's Instagram, right, and what they would say is Detective Grandendi showed Davis a picture from what appears to be Benford's Instagram after Davis has supplied Detective Grandendi with defendant's Instagram account username. The defense is fighting this. They will claim that they showed Keontae Davis 3 pictures. 2 of them belongs to 4PF Nate, so they saying come on bro, it's suggestive in nature. But nonetheless, though, Keontae Davis told right he bit the cheese, and 4PF Nate got 40 years in jail. Key Davis got probation. Now here's the thing, Key Davis already identified for PF Nate. It should have stopped there, but it didn't, right? Because you know what the prosecutors did? They tacked on gang charges on top of the murder, and they did that specifically to tie this or PF. It's a pattern here. Whenever a shooting or act of violence happened, it's not enough to just charge the person with the crime individually. No, they tack on gang charges so it can be on record that this murder was done under 4PF's behalf to further the gang, and Key Davis was used by the prosecutor to identify 4PF as a gang, right, to testify that yes, this was done by 4PF Nate. So now we're in a position now where you have somebody on wiretap saying yeah bro, like Lil Baby put bags on people's head. You have 2 murders that was charged under 4PF. You have the public defender office that came out today and confirmed yes, we are gearing up for the 4PF recall. Sean Hoover, who manages the Georgia Public Defenders Council specialized unit in gang cases, so the public defenders who handle the gang cases for gang members who can't have attorneys cause they can't afford it. The public defender office just said the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF cases, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others if they know what the ops did to you. They know what you did to the ops is Goodfellas by the way. So when they played a wire type of somebody saying Lil Baby is putting bags on people's heads, that wasn't by coincidence. They're just lining everything up so the foundation can be set when they put the 2 murders under 4PF, right, as a gang activity that was by on purpose, is not by coincidence at all. And Keontae Davis, the one who identified 4PF Nate as the shooter, the one who identified 4PF as a gang in trial in court, well, coincidentally, once Lil Baby and them have been notified by the way that a RICO is coming, because obviously if the public defender's office know Lil Baby and them know well that Keontae Davis, you know what happened to him as of lately. About 2 days ago, let me tell you what happened to him 2 days ago. This morning, Atlanta police say they are investigating a homicide that happened overnight less than a mile away on Lakewood Avenue. Our crew saw police overnight collecting evidence on that scene. We are still working to learn exactly what happened and get more information about this scene. We'll bring you those updates as soon as we get them and give them to you on 11 Alive. The man that was taken to the hospital and succumbed to his injuries, that man was identified by the Fton medical examiner as 27-year-old Kent Davis. So a person who snitched on 4PF got him 40 years in jail. A person who was going to be used by the prosecutors to turn on 4PF that star witness gets killed. Now listen, this could have came from anywhere. This could have come from Goodfellas, right? For Key Davis playing a role in Trevant Turner Sarge Quivius Wilson losing his life. It could have came from 4PF cause he was rotten. He snitched on 4PF Nate. But what I can tell you is regardless of where it came from, Atlanta PD isn't happy with the amount of murders that keep taking place within this conflict, and these people are so stupid. Yo, if y'all know it's hot, like if y'all know, bro, that y'all continuing this conflict, all that's going to do, bro, is get every one of y'all locked up on a RICO. Why even engage? Yo, if I'm in the streets, bro, and yo, I got ops, bro, and it's work time, man. Yo, and we know the police is watching, and we know every time a murder happens between one of us, bro, they're going to tie to the other gang at some point. Just chill, just wait it out, because the more murders that happen, bro, the faster y'all are getting indicted for the RICO, bro. And I don't understand, how could y'all be so stupid? How could y'all be so stupid if you know them folks trying to get y'all booked? If you know them folks is bringing a RICO and they're just jotting down all the murders, bro, and charges to the game, why are y'all keep on murdering folks? And if Lil Baby and them is involved, then Key Davis losing his life meant goodbye. Y'all let me know in the comments section, man, what do you guys think about this? Alright, y'all think it's fair that the RICO is coming for Lil Baby, man? Alright, I was told 90 days, 90 days. I was told, do y'all feel like the RICO is fair? Do you guys feel like Lil Baby is a culprit? Is he responsible for what his gang does? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching, man, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, alright, to find out why Faison Love is attacking Ryan Davis and Dave Chappelle. I'm a